Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Amy from With Love by Amy. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today we're going to make this Christmas card, and in my opinion it came together pretty quickly and it's quite simple. You could even do it more one layer than I did. I chose to use this Penny Black Winter Berries stamp that I had in my stash, and I put it in my MISTI so that I could get a little bit of the branches and most of the berries on one end of the card. And then I flipped it around and did the same thing on the other end. And then I did have to reposition where the stamp was for the sides of the card when I rotated it, but it turned out really cool. So I used this sentiment from an old Stampin' Up! Set, and I put that in the middle so that I would make sure before I did the sides that it would fit, because you don't want to have your sentiment not fit in the space allowed. We used VersaFine Onyx Black ink, which is my favorite sentiment stamp, or my sentiment ink for the sentiment, and I am loving the way it's looking. And I used my, I don't even know what that thing is called. It's like a grid sheet. I don't know, there's a technical name for it. I got it from Simon Says Stamp. I really like it. It's a Misty Grid Mat, that's what it's called, I think. It's like, it just helps you not get ink all over your project when you're trying to position your stamp after you've already used it. So it was quite helpful. And there we are doing the sides of the card, and it turned out pretty cool because of the way that I had done the stamps on the end. It kind of just puzzle pieced right in there. And I used the red ink that I used is Tutti Frutti from Catherine Pooler. It's from the Party Collection, I think. And yeah, we're just getting I did double stamp all the berries just because I want it to be really defined red. And then we took our Versamark embossing ink pad, and I kind of just like swiped it over the edges, and it's really, really hard to see here that it was actually, and in hindsight, I should have done the embossing powder bag over the sentiment and the areas that I didn't really want there to be embossing powder on, or embossing on, because I forgot, and there was a little bit of wayward embossing. But I'm using this old embossing powder from Stampin' Up! Called Iridescent Ice, and I did find that WOW has a shimmer or glitter clear embossing powder, which is basically the same based on the pictures I saw on the internet, and because I don't think this is even available from Stampin' Up! Anymore. I haven't shopped at Stampin' Up! For like 6 years, so I don't know. But I do think they discontinued it. So we're just putting all the sparkly embossing powder. The whole goal for this card is to make it look like a frosty window, like you're looking through a frosty window at the winter berries outside. I've actually used this winter berries stamp in a gift that I made for a bridal shower, a fall bridal shower, so I made the berries white, and it turned out really cool for that. And here's my embossing gun cam. So we're getting a picture of the embossing powder changing from that white to the crystally, sparkly clear. And it's taking longer than I expected, honestly, to emboss this, to get it to change. This powder seems a little bit thicker than most of the powders, or maybe it just went on thicker. I'm not really sure, but it took a little bit longer than I thought it would to transform. But there, look how sparkly it is. And I love how this card looks in different lights. It just, like, the sparkle just shows up. All right, so I decided instead of just adhere it to the black card base, I was going to use some foam tape. And this is just basic cheap foam tape that I got off of Amazon. I've heard that the Scotch foam tape is better because you can rip it. This stuff doesn't rip very pretty, so I'm putting foam tape, not very evenly, on the back of the card base just so it has a little bit of dimension. And obviously, if you don't care about that or you want to mail it without any issues, you could do it without the foam tape. However, I wanted there to just be a little bit of zhuzh to my card. So here we are putting the panel on the base, and I always feel like I mess it up when I line it up. But we got a little bit of black card base showing on all the sides. So there we go. It's good to go. I did not decorate the envelope for this card, unfortunately. I just couldn't, nothing came to mind. So, but I did put a white panel on the inside. Anytime I do a black card base, I always put a white panel on the inside because It's really hard to write on a black card base. So there we go. It is all set. I love that shine. And look how pretty it looks in the sunlight. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And can't wait to see you again soon. Have a great day.